Søren Lilleøre has a goal.
I'm going to run a marathon each day for 6 days in a row.
A goal that isn't normal.
Not just a regular city marathon, but actually a marathon in the desert.
A goal that actually is quite extreme.
Next to that, I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I need to bring my insulin to the desert as well.
Søren Lilleøre will soon run 240 kilometers. It is to happen when he participates in the Marathon des Sables in late March.
On the 26th of March, I'm flying to France, and the day after, I'll fly to Morocco to participate in one of the world's most extreme endurance races.
To find the answer as to why Søren has a passion for marathon racing, you'll have to go deeper into Søren's personality. His sister explains.
I think it's really important for Søren to prove to the world that even though he has type 1 diabetes, he can do anything he wants to do. That's part one. Part two is that a lot of people have prejudices about how it is to have diabetes, and he's really stubborn as a person, so he wants to prove once that something is wrong, he wants to prove them right.
It will be quite the race when Søren, soon to lace his running shoes to run the 240 kilometers in the Marathon des Sables, will run in sand in 45-degree heat among snakes and scorpions and with the risk of sandstorms.
How will you be mentally good dealing under the race?
Well, always use a virtual happy place. Put your mind in something, a good spot, and think about that instead of thinking about the pains and your hunger and your exhaustion and everything.
And you have some music with you too?
I'm gonna bring music as well, yeah. I'm bringing a battery-powered MP3 player.
What is your favorite song?
I think that's Hathaway, What is Love?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. What is love?
Both family and friends are nervous about his running the 240 kilometers.
Seriously, I think it's insane. I'm very nervous about him doing that.
What are you nervous about?
If he will survive.
Even Søren's parents are nervous.
They're a bit worried about him going to this extreme event. And I just had to comfort them, to tell them that they shouldn't be worried, because I guess it's part of being a bigger sister, has to comfort one's parents.
But according to Professor Alan Vogt, there isn't any reason to be more worried about Søren than any of the other participants.
The risk for Søren is not greater than the risk for all of the other runners who have trained as much as Søren has. And if anything, I would guess that Søren's knowledge and awareness of his general metabolic condition, insulin, fluid and food intake might actually put him in the lower end of this risk scale.
Alan Vogt, who knows Søren Lilleøre personally, feels he does diabetics everywhere a huge favor when he runs marathons.
Perhaps the most important issue here is that Søren shows that people with diabetes are able to perform such extreme physical activity challenges, showing to all people with diabetes that there is fewer limitations in their daily life activities.
For Søren Lilleøre, the Marathon des Sables symbolizes chapter's end of his own story about running with diabetes.
Well, in many ways it will sort of be my final exam. I mean, now I've been doing these marathons for 6 years now, and by completing a marathon like this, I mean, it would be like the end of my running stone. Now have proven for once that you can manage diabetes even under such extreme conditions, which the Marathon des Sables is.
And when the Marathon des Sables is over, there will most certainly be other new goals for Søren Lilleøre.
Mount Everest, perhaps. Climbing a mountain, the tallest mountain in the world. That could be one of my next goals. Or a long-term relationship with a girl, perhaps.